So welcome everybody, I'm Celeste. I work in X Square at the new Heaven 3 Public Library. And today we're gonna be doing something really fun and very, I would say important for our houses that we can actually make. It's gonna be hydroponic gardens. I'm gonna let Colleen introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Colleen. So I also work at the I've Squared. I'm the I've Squared librarian. And so we do this twice a month, not hydroponic gardening, but we do take and makes twice a month where you can come to the library, pick up a kit and make a craft or learn something new like this. And this is the first time we're doing hydroponic gardening. I don't know anything about it. I'm excited for Celeste to teach me. We'll do this for about an hour and we hope to see you at future programs. We're also going to be, if you registered, sending out a survey link for after the program, so you can let us know how we did and what you want to see in the future. And I'll also put that in the chat. And I'll be watching the chat. So if you have any questions, if you want to introduce yourself, you can raise your hand if you want to put your, if you want to talk, any of that. All right, Celeste, you take it away.
All right, I just want to acknowledge everyone that is actually here with us today. Welcome everybody. I'm really happy to have you here on a Friday where it's very cold outside. And this is awesome because this is something that you can do inside and then by spring maybe get it outside. The other thing is that if you want to put in the chat where you're from, I just want to welcome someone from Canada. Yeah. So I'm so happy.
Calgary.
Welcome. And if you want to put, if you are in another state just or another country, just actually put it in the chat. Okay, so hydroponic garden, what is it? We're gonna start with a really quick presentation on what it is. And then we're gonna start for everyone that has the kit. We're gonna start making them. If you don't have the kit, if you didn't pick up any kit at the library, I can give you all New Jersey, welcome New Jersey. I'm gonna give you all the materials and lists that you need. It's gonna be posted anyways in the website. With all the materials that you need to do for this specific kit, and then you can actually do it yourself. All right.
Celeste, where did you get these supplies from?
So most of the supplies, I got them in Amazon, but you can find them in Home Depot or any garden or plant supply.
Okay.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm gonna share a screen and I'm gonna share a little bit of what is hydroponic gardening.
I can't hear you, but maybe you're sharing the screen. I'm not really sure. I'll let you know when the screen comes up. All right, it looks like it's loading. All right, can let us know if you can't see the screen, but as far as I'm concerned, I can see it.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna make it bigger. Okay, so hydroponic gardening. Hydroponic is growing plants without the use of soil. So basically, we're gonna be growing plants without of soil. And it's kind of like weird to think about it, how a plant is gonna grow just with the water. But instead, we're gonna feed through the nutrient-filled water solution. So we're gonna use, in our case, for the plants that the kits that we're gonna be making today, I actually use a Miracle Grow food nutrients, but there is so many kinds and there is so many solutions that you can prepare yourself. This one is the easiest one I saw for the kit because you can just mix it with some water. But as you learn more, there is a lot of more nutrients that you can put in the plants. Okay, so growing plants hydroponically allows you a faster and a larger production rate in a small area, such as like greenhouse, rooftops, like especially in homes, like you will have more room to grow things, and you don't need like the pots with the soil and things like that. It also enables people to produce food where space, nutrition, soil, and water are otherwise limited. So it's actually let's say even you don't have maybe a backyard outside, or you don't have a space, or you live in an apartment, this is the perfect thing to do, growing hydroponically.
Or if you kill lots of plants like I do and all your plants are fake, does that work out? Is it a good thing?
It is actually, yes. It doesn't need too much attention. You just need to make sure, and we're gonna learn it in a little bit. I'm gonna show you really quick. But you're gonna learn that you just need to keep the level of the water at a certain level, but it's actually very easy to look
Awesome.
at it. Yeah. Okay, so the benefits, you can grow as many as you want, like there's no limit. And a study says the taste is actually better, and they have better or greater nutritional value. There's also impact in properties of food, like pesticides, like you don't need all that. Also, because you're not growing in the soil, so there's not gonna be like the bugs and things that you have to treat the soil for. And reduce the food waste. So all these I can actually, I'm gonna probably upload it in the website, so you guys can actually, or I can send it by email. Okay, so there is like a lot of different methods to actually grow these. One is the nutrient film technique, NFT. The other one is EBB and flow method. That's like if you growing from just like the space, like the aeroponics, wick method, drip method, or water culture. Okay, so here is some information. I'm not gonna, I don't wanna like go too deep on this, so I'm gonna just show you the slide. But basically they're almost the same, but with different techniques. Some of them, the water comes from drains. Some of them, it's just, the secret here is that the roots are gonna be actually eating from the water and from the air. Like it's gonna combine those two. Okay, so here is another picture of the aeroponic. And this is like the water culture. And I'm just like showing you the pictures. And again, it's a lot of information out there, so we can actually
Put that in the chat. So it's microempowering.org. And what is that site for? It just gives you all the differences and the stuff you were talking about?
Yeah, if you just Google it, there's a lot of information. I just wanted to give some quick information about it, so you guys know a little bit more on the benefits.
I didn't know there were so many types. That's really cool.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop sharing. Give me just 1 second, and we're gonna start. So how many of you have the kit?
Yeah, feel free to put in the chat if you have a kit. And we've got one person raise their hands. Got 11 people. You can just click raise your hand if you have a kit. If you don't have a kit and you're just learning, that's fine. That's what I'm doing. Celeste, do you want to show us what came in the kits, just so we know?
Yes, of course. I was pulling my instructions. So these are the instructions that, again, I can upload them in the website. They're not yet, but I can upload them in the website in the Take and Make It. So basically, what are we gonna need? Mine is filled with water already, but you can use, I decided to use a half-gallon mason jar, but you can use a smallest one if you want. They actually recommend to use a big one so the roots can grow and spray, but you can start with a little one if you want. So in the kit, you're gonna find this, a big, let me see if I can show you here. Okay, you're gonna find a big half-gallon mason jar. Some of you gonna have a little spray bottle. I don't know if everyone received one because we were a little limited in supplies. But the spray water, you can also use your fingers, are gonna be to just germinate the plant. And this is something that I'm gonna talk about in just a second, about germinating the seeds, okay? You're gonna need 3-inch net pad, like this. that is gonna fit in the mason jar. You're gonna need a rock wool cube, and this
What is that?
actually the name of this is a rock wool cube. So this is kind of like a sponge material where you're gonna put the little plant growing.
Okay. Can you type that in the chat so people know how to spell that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And you have to type it to all panelists and attendees. Actually, I'll just give it.
I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
No, it's okay.
Thank you so much.
Rock wool
Okay.
cube. Okay, cool.
Yes. The other thing that I got, and again, if you try to do it yourself, you can maybe use other things. The other thing that you're gonna have or need are gonna be clay pellets. So I'm gonna show you how they look. These are clay pellets. Yes, and everyone receive a bag of those. Pretty much to actually do two of the kits. And then you're gonna need seeds. So the ones that I provide to the kids are these ones. I'm gonna show you here.
Urban leaf.
Yes. And everyone on the kids receive different ones. So you got either chive, cilantro, dill, basil, mint, oregano, parsley, rosemary, basil, thyme. So there's so many different. Yes, I love this one. It comes in a little bag with all the different leaves, seeds. I'm sorry, and I mean I think it's great. And they give you the option to if you're gonna do either hydroponic or if you're gonna do soil, and they give you the instructions on how to do it. Yes.
Oh, they give you instructions. That's fantastic. Yes. And you found these on Amazon. I put in the title of it in the chat.
Yes, and if you need a link as well of a specific the link, I can give it to you. Okay, and the next thing that you're gonna need, there's also so many, like I said, about the nutrients, and if you look online, you maybe get confused because sometimes they ask you to mix different things. Patricia is saying something about the reminding kids. I'm not sure. I recommend you to call the library. Maybe Colin can give us the number.
Yeah, let me put the number down. You can call them. They should be there, or they'll get back to you right away. And we did make extra, so there might be some that haven't gotten picked up yet.
Yeah, I made extra yesterday. And again, I'm thinking to repeat this program and maybe have actual plants growing because I started last week, but nothing grew. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, and the next thing that I was mentioning before, this is the nutrient or the plant food. For this specific thing, we're gonna read together the instructions, but if you buy anything, just make sure you read maybe twice the instructions specific on what you need to use, because too much food will kill the plant. Okay. Less food will kill the plant. And then there is instructions to for the food for either outside plants or inside plants. So all those the instructions are different. So for example, this one says use 1 packet for 1 gallon of water for outdoor plants. And for indoor plants, use 1 packet every 2 gallons. So basically, I had to use, if this is a half a gallon, I had to use a quarter of this package. Okay, so it's a lot of food. Yeah. And even if you think that, oh, maybe I should put more, just make sure you follow the instructions and just put what it says. Also, there is a different kind of food that you can buy, liquid already done. And this is another brand, Aero Garden. They sell all the kits and everything, but I think it's a little bit more expensive. And this is kind of more like a do it yourself.
What was the brand name of the single packets?
The single packet, Miracle Grow or Miracle Grow.
Singles, yeah. And then the other one was Aero. What was the bottle you just showed?
Aero Garden. Yes.
Aero Garden soil or just Aero Garden?
Yeah, like solution. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So you guys gonna make everything but you guys are not gonna have the plant yet because you had to actually germinate the seed. So how are we gonna do that? So in a piece of paper, I'm gonna open it. I actually have it like in a little bag.
Mhm.
1 second. If you don't have a bag, you can put it like in a Tupperware.
Tupperware, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're gonna put the seed. I'm gonna show you now how mine are germinating.
Mm-hmm.
Like within a day, they're gonna just start.
Oh, wow. They'll sprout in a day?
Sprout in a day or
That's
between
cool.
1 to 3 days, depending on the seeds that I gave you. But before you do anything, and if you wanna do it now, basically what you're gonna do is grab up like a piece of either toilet paper or paper towel, and you're gonna put few seeds on top,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna wet the paper.
Okay.
And then if you put it in a Tupperware or in a Ziploc, the effect that it's gonna create is gonna be like a greenhouse.
Greenhouse effect.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So you're gonna wait.
So
maybe
what is
just
the
to show you-
difference? Sorry, what is the difference between putting it on the paper and putting it in the plastic bag? Do they grow differently?
No, it's the same. It's the same. I actually I'm gonna show you. Give me 1 second. I have another one. Give me one. Like I said,
Celeste, we have a question in the chat.
Yes.
So should we put all our seeds in the bag on the wet paper towel? So you're
Yeah.
putting the wet paper towel inside
Okay,
the bag?
so when I just want to make a clarification in all the seeds. So don't put all the seeds because you got actually a lot of seeds. When you open your packet, you're gonna have tons of seeds. So just make sure you put maybe up to 10. And sometimes some of them they're gonna grow, sometimes some of them are not gonna grow. So look, here I have another one, and see how it's always moist. It's because it's doing that effect, like the greenhouse effect.
So how long has that been in there?
About a day.
About 1 day. Okay.
1 day, yes. These ones actually are cherry seeds, so it's not for a specific thing, but it's for like long time. Long time. It needs to be here probably for like 2 weeks or 14 days, 10 to 14 days. So you can choose either way, but just make sure it's also in a warm place, not cold, and then you put it on the light. All right, how are we doing? Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, let's ask some questions, or let's wait for some questions just to make sure we're not going too fast or anything. Also, microempowering.org, we got someone saying that they could get a protective, they got a protective message using Firefox. And I was using Google Chrome and I didn't get a message. So I think it does depend on your browser. But this is a website you went on and it was pretty safe.
Yes, and I also thought that was very like institution website, so it's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Okay. And if you feel unsafe using that browser and using that site, you can always just Google similar sites. Like you could probably Google microempowering and see if similar
like
sites.
This one was like I said, an organization, and that's why I thought was safe and
okay.
was gonna be like real information.
Yeah, it came up fine on my browser, but I just want to make sure if you guys feel unsafe visiting it, I'm sure if you Google it, similar sites will come up.
Okay, so like I said, all these steps are gonna be prior you making your kit. If you want, you can do the kit with me alone. But you're gonna need to, I wish to have like maybe 2 parts of the program, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe for next time, I make sure we do 2 sessions, one growing the seeds, and the next one just making the kit. So that's why I wanted to show you that I'm gonna tell you the truth. So 2 weeks ago, I just went ahead and put it inside this and just let it. and nothing happened. So then I kind of researched a little bit more, investigated, and then I was like, oh, I had to terminate the seed.
So Celeste, we have another question. This one's from Nina. How many seeds do you use for each rock wool cube? Do you have a certain number?
That's an excellent question. Yes. So my recommendation is that you use 6 to 8 seeds. Yes.
Okay. Let me put that in the chat in case. 6 to 8 seeds.
So let's say you do that, and this is because you're gonna, let's say you do 10 up here, and 4 of them doesn't grow, or 2 doesn't grow. The rest, when it's a little bit, when it grows a little bit, you can actually transfer them here.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, all right, so no more questions? How are we doing? Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna start making the kit. All right, so you're gonna need water, like I said, just use warm water when you're ready.
So it is warm, not cold?
Not cold, just warm.
Okay, warm water.
Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is on the, I'm gonna show. The third thing that you're gonna do is when you have your seeds ready, you're gonna put them here. You're gonna wet this broccoli cube, and you got there's already a hole, but you can open it a little bit more and just put the seeds there.
Okay.
The germinating seeds. Okay. Then you're gonna grab the next cup, and you're gonna add maybe like about half-inch of the half-inch of the clay pellet.
Half-inch of what?
Of the clay pellet.
Oh, the clay pellets. Okay.
Yeah, this one. Then you're gonna put the cube inside, and then you're gonna fill it up all the way.
And you're going to fill the cup with?
Yes, just like to make sure that
the rest of the clay seeds.
Yes.
The clay pellets. Okay. We have a question in the Q&A.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So we have, how long would the plant grow in grow at the pot? So how high would it grow? I think is what they're asking. Is that?
Grow. Yeah, it will grow a lot, like really, really big. It can actually, there's pictures of like the roots going all the way. That's why you need a bigger, yeah.
Okay.
If it's too little, it's gonna like kind of cramp, but you want them to.
So you would say maybe like about a foot would be long for that? Or would it be about a foot if it grows big?
Maybe a foot is a lot. I mean, it's gonna be a really big yard. But maybe I don't know how big it is. I mean,
it's a little less than a foot, I feel like. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit less. All right. So here, like I said, you're gonna. How many of you are following with the kid? Anybody?
What was the question?
How many of the participants are actually following with the kid that they have it here?
I mean, we have 12 attendees. I don't know if all of them are going to answer.
Anybody wants to share? Yes. And then we have someone raise their hand. Aubrey.
Oh, we have a good question. If we have 2 cubes, so if they came with 2 cubes, can you put both in the basket? So both with 68 seeds in them, and then both in the basket with the clay pellets.
No, so that's why I actually on the kits I gave 2, just because maybe you want to grow an extra one, or you maybe the first one doesn't grow for some reason and you want to try again, and I gave them another.
Okay, we do have an update on the kits. Luce just called the library. There are no more kits, so this was very popular of a program, but we are going to redo it in the future, so maybe next month because of how popular it was. And all of the things you need in the kits were found on Amazon. And so if you, Celeste, do you have a list of what was in the kits that you could share?
Yes, of course. So I can upload it in the website.
Okay, so just so everyone knows, it will be uploaded soon to our website. Where can they find that? Would it be on the I've Squared page?
Yes, it's gonna be under the I square page. Click and make it. So
Take
if you
and
want
make
to find
it.
it, yes, if you go to I square homepage inside the website, you're gonna see the take and make it link.
All right, so I'll type the link, and this is where you'll soon be able to find the list if you didn't get a kit.
Yeah, let me find it for you, and I'm gonna put it in the.
Put it in the chat? Okay. All right, let's do nhfield.org/5 squared. And this is where you'll be able to, in Take and Makes, find the information once she uploads it after this program.
All right, right there. Actually, it's specific in the take and make kit available.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat the list if anybody didn't catch that. So we're gonna need a yard, and I recommend to have a half-gallon yard, mason yard. You can also use like a soda bottle or like a water bottle.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
Soda
so
bottles. Yeah.
these ones are a little bit expensive, and if you just starting, you can actually use just a soda bottle or whatever.
We have someone thanking us for this event. Thank you, Adam. And then we had another question. So do we put the seeds in the hole, or can we just put it into the cube? Like, does it all have to go in one space, or can they just put it into the cube no matter where?
They just come put it in the cube. They actually come with different spaces. It comes with like 2 or 3 spaces.
Oh, cool. So you can have it where it all grows at the top, or you can have it where it grows out the sides because you put it in different places. Okay.
I just, I'm gonna repeat the answer about the 2 cubes inside the same net.
Yep.
No, just make sure you use 1 per net because it's gonna grow and needs space to grow. So just make sure you use.
And it needs the space to grow. Okay.
The extra one is for if you wanna do another one, you really like it, you wanna do another one. That's why I put extra pellets as well, the clay pellets. And of course, again, for some reason maybe didn't work the first one and you need to try again. You wanna have extra seeds. You have a lot of extra seeds.
That's good.
Yeah, don't go ahead and try to germinate like 100 seeds. Just use 10 at a time. Yeah.
Not too many seeds, then you're gonna have a crazy plant.
Yeah, no, what happens is that sometimes they dry, they don't grow.
Oh, they don't grow. Okay, that
They
makes
don't
sense.
grow. Yeah. Okay, so the yard. This is not so important, but if you have a spray bottle, just to keep the wetting the paper or the cube. But it doesn't need to be too wet. If not, you also want to kill it.
So what's another way to wet it if you don't have a spray bottle?
Just with your hand, just a little bit of water.
Just sprinkling it? Okay.
All right, so the next item is the 3-inch net pack. This one. Then the Rockwool cube. The clay pellets.
Net.
Remember, we not using soil, so the pellets is gonna be just for holding the plant.
So Rockwool cube, the soil packet, and water, obviously. Mason jar
Also,
would be
like
recommended.
they hold water. So
spray bottle, clay pellets, and seed packet. Let me know if in the chat if that's everything.
Yes. So the seeds, for the seeds also make sure. I mean, you can grow anything as a hydroponic, but make sure that maybe like these ones that I got in Amazon, they actually give you instructions for specifically you're gonna grow stuff hydroponic.
That's helpful, yeah.
Oh yes. I have my assistant internally. My husband. So there is another thing that you're not gonna be able to grow hydroponically. That's gonna be thick roots, like food roots, like potatoes, carrots, onions, all that you can, because actually the roots is the plant, like the roots is the potato or the carrots, and you get the plant on top. So those things you cannot grow hydroponically. And the next important thing is, again, the food plant.
All right.
All right, so let's continue doing the the key, once you have your seeds germinated, you put them in the room.
Mhm.
Then you make your basket or your net with some of the clay pellets. Then you put the cube inside. I'm gonna see one more time. And then you just fill it up so this doesn't move.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that really quick.
And question, no clay pellets on the top, right? You want the wood, you want the rock wool to show on the top?
Yes, not on the
Okay.
top. Right, so basically you can look at it. So again, I give you extra, so if you wanna make another one, you can. So I'm gonna look like this.
Okay.
Okay. And then the next thing is you're gonna add the water into the yard before you actually.
Celeste, I'm so sorry. I can't really hear you. I just want to make sure. It's okay. I just want to make sure everyone can hear you.
Maybe because I turn the computer there.
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay,
That's okay.
so this is another important tip that we're gonna we need to have in consideration is that when you make the you mix the food with the water and you put it in the yard, you put the water first and then you put the net pot inside. You don't wanna pour the water all the way here because otherwise it's gonna go through the seed and it's gonna overflow. Okay.
So you put step by step, you put the soil, you put the water in first, you put the soil food in second, then your cup.
Yes. So what I actually did with the water, you can do it either way. I actually finish a gallon of milk and I clean it up and then I use that one as my actual bottle of water food. Yeah.
Okay.
So food water. So you can actually, again, you need to make sure you read the instructions and there's gonna be a difference between the outside versus the inside plant. In this case, it's inside, and for the packets that I gave you, it says for indoor plants, use one packet every 2 gallons. So for me, it was easy to have a gallon of water, milk, empty, and use half of this packet and mix it with water. Again, you can use just like a quarter of this packet and mix it with water here.
So that's about a half gallon or that's a gallon?
Yeah.
I can't tell from here.
It's a half gallon. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're using one that's similar to that and it's about a half gallon, you're going to use 1/4 of the packet, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So next, after you have the water, you're gonna fill it up all the way up to it touches about 1/2 inch of the pot.
So just the bottom clay part.
Just the bottom. So I'm gonna put it here, and you're gonna.
Okay.
See. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So there is another recommendation about the hydroponic garden is and maybe for my following kids, if we do it again, maybe I'm gonna provide some paint or chalk paint. Is to actually cover, like the roots need to be like in a dark place, so you can actually paint or maybe cover the yard with paper or just paint it.
Yeah, or just put it away from the windows, maybe.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So they recommend that the plant needs the light, but the actual yard with the water and the roots, they need to be covered.
Okay, so you would maybe suggest painting the glass or getting one that is not see-through, one that's kind of dark.
Yeah, it should be covered. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions so far?
We have someone saying that they say, thank you so much. This is so fun. I'm so glad we have so many attendees and I hope I think we're getting some views on Facebook and all the kits went out. How many kits did you make?
Okay, so I made a total of 26 kits. 26
kits, that's fantastic.
Yes.
So we're definitely doing this again if it's up to me.
Yes. I wish again I have like the plants ready to show you how they grow. Maybe I can post them later on Facebook or social media.
We would love if
Yeah.
you guys do this and you start seeing the sprouts, if you post it on any of your social, if you tag us at NHFPL, we love sharing these pictures, seeing what people are making, seeing these kits in action. So that we would absolutely love that, to see your progress on your plants.
Yeah. And again, this is an excellent opportunity to maybe start your garden inside, and then especially here, like in Connecticut, we are in a
Especially it's in winter
weather.
and it's
In
so
winter, in the
cold.
middle of the winter. I actually follow a lady in YouTube that she loves to grow this type of plants. And she's been growing tomatoes for a really long time. And she
Wow.
has like tons of tomato plants.
Nina wanted to know, do you use a grow light? So for
Okay.
the top of the plant.
Yes, so if you look again online, there is so many videos, so many information out there, and you can actually use that USB light. But no, I mean, you can use it, but it will grow anyway. Maybe it will
So
grow
would you be
faster
looking
or-
for like sunlight if you're not using a grow light?
Yes, I will definitely look for sunlight during the day.
Okay.
Sunlight is the best, but make sure you cover the.
That's
yard.
important. Yeah. Okay. Let me put that in the chat. So sunlight or grow light for the top, cover the roots. That's so interesting. Okay, cool. Let's open it up to other questions.
So I have another recommendation.
Oh yeah, go for it.
If you buy a UV light, make sure you don't put it too close to the plant, otherwise it might kill it.
Oh, okay. Let me put that in too. Don't put light right to plants. Might kill it. All right. Any other suggestions? So what are some examples of foods that you can make hydroponic gardening? I know you said it earlier.
Okay, so I'm gonna, you can do any kind of like herbs. So again, these ones that I got in Amazon.
Yeah, like cooking herbs, yeah.
Cilantro, dill, basil, mint, oregano, parsley. I saw some people growing peppers, tomatoes. So it depends on how, the person that okay, let me find it. I will
Yeah, find that person. And then when you message in the chat, I was told that you have to change it from all panelists to all panelists and attendees.
I changed
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Okay,
so.
give me just 1 second. I'm gonna
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a great question because we want to know where you learned all this stuff. I'm interested in growing food, but I'm wondering if that takes a lot longer. I'll have to watch this video from this woman. Celeste, you know what's cool? I've seen people hang these too, like on their wall. Like they have little pots of a bunch of different kits and they hang them on the wall or they put them on the windowsill. So it's cool that you can do this inside because you can put them pretty much anywhere.
All right, I just share, and I feel like she's awesome. Like
okay, awesome, very cool.
And she's also like, when I started watching her, was I think the last storm we had, and she's also like in the middle of the winter with the snow, and she has awesome plants inside. So, I would say just like make sure you have patience. I have tons of plants in my house. Now growing, like potatoes, carrots.
That's awesome.
And by summer, spring, I'm planning to have my garden outside again. Last year, I have a beautiful garden with tomatoes, cucumbers.
Okay, so it looks like we have someone that knows more about this. They said only leafy vegetables are the ones that are going to grow right rather than solid vegetables. So the ones that come with a lot of leaves and leafy vegetables in general.
Yes.
So that's a good
Thank
point.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see.
Any more questions?
Yeah, we're about at the 40, 41, 45 mark.
I will make sure that I'm going to share all these documents with you in the website.
And actually, when this goes up, when this goes up, we will post it on social. So when all those documents are ready, we'll have it on our social and it'll be on our Facebook. And this video will live on our Facebook and our YouTube. So this is something you can go back to.
And maybe I can just upload the video, embed the video in the website as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Paula says, thank you so much. Thank you guys for attending. This has been fantastic. Thank you, Celeste.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna show you one more time how everything looks, and then
Yeah.
I hope so you make it and then share with us if you want. If you have any questions, you can send them by email. You wanna share my email maybe?
Yeah, let's share Celeste's email. See, Tapia.
And I just wanna say one more thing. Just patience. Sometimes it seems like it's not growing, and then all of a sudden it starts growing. So just have a
See, that's
little
my
patience.
problem. I am not patient.
And don't forget, make sure, be careful with the food, even if just use the right amount. Even if it says half or a quarter.
Because you said overfeeding is just as bad as underfeeding.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you one more time how everything looks.
Mm-hmm.
And the water is gonna look like kind of like a bluish. Like
Bluish. That's so interesting. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna show you the seeds.
Right.
There.
Okay.
And remember to do kind of like a greenhouse effect. And you can do it either in a vase.
For that kind, is it helpful to keep it away from the sun, or is it helpful to put it in the sun?
I would say to put it in the sun, but it's easier like to put it in the Tupperware also.
In the Tupperware, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Celeste. Thank you all. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a nice day, guys.